This is from the SWFC website, Owls confirm retain list. The Owls can confirm our player retention list following the conclusion of the 2021-22 season. Saido Berahino, Che Dunkley and Sam Hutchinson will be released upon the expiry of their current contracts, while the club have exercised the option to retain Marvin Johnson. New contract offers have been made to Jack Hunt, Massimo Luongo, Nathaniel Mendez-Lang and Joe Wildsmith. Loanies Harley Dean, Lewis Gibson, Tyrese John-Jules, Florian Camberi, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, Olamide Shodipo and Jordan Story return to their parent clubs. Sheffield Wednesday would like to thank all the departing players for their services and wish them well for the future. End quote. Now, when I first saw this, obviously, usually I do a video, I break it down. Those videos always have good conversation on them usually, which is why I like to do them. Wasn't able to do it, so I thought, you know what, let's talk about this on the podcast. It can be its own thing there. I wasn't expecting this specifically. When we were talking about it last week in the potential retain list, this one's a bit of a shocker to me. What stands out to you immediately, Jake?
The Hutch not getting extra deal, and the big one is Joe Wildsmith getting a contract.
Yes.
Joe Wildsmith has come out publicly saying he wants to play first-team football. He said that in the press. So giving him a new contract to either be understudy to Dawson, or are we going to do this thing that we did under Monk where we're going to have them battle it out again and not actually bring in another keeper? Because we know how well that went last time. I don't know. It seems an odd one. It seems like we're not going for a keeper.
Wildsmith hasn't been too bad when he's appeared this season, so that's all I can think of. Like, he's not really let himself down, has he, when he's made his appearances?
The two things I can think of is that and the probably, I know it can sound really cliche, but he has just had a young family. He just had a birth of his child. I wonder if there's some of that. But it's also that whole thing, him being a dad now could actually give him a bit more of a boost to go, I want my kid to be proud of me and show what I can do. It's amazing what that can do. No, it's amazing what that can do for a player who hasn't played a lot. You read some of the autobiographies of football where they've got kids and they want to make them proud, kind of thing.
Dude, the kid's still dribbling. It's possibly only opened its eyes a few times. Isn't it a very young baby? I don't think this season it's getting held at the sidelines and it's like, oh, look at what daddy can do in there.
No, it's a very young baby, but I mean for him.
Right.
For him personally, show that because let's be honest. Maybe I'm
just cynical now in my old age.
No, you're right. You're right in what you're saying. But at the same time, there's got to be that kind of, I did this in my career to show him later down the line. Like Cameron Dawson if he had a kid, it's like, I was in net when Exeter got promoted. Like, kind of thing. You know, that kind of thing.
You are a soft old man, Jake.
I am, very much so.
You're a soft old man.
Wildsmith is a shock, but on the actual ones that we've released, Berahino, I kind of understand it. It kind of only went good right near the end of the season. It would have been nice to see him get another year, but I don't think we can carry people now. We got to really think about it. Dunkley he was injured when we got him. He was good when we've had him, but he wasn't consistent enough. Hutch, I said we probably weren't going to give him a new deal. I said we kind of thing, and I get this one. The two reasons why it's an age thing, but also what I read and reached out to some people. Apparently, family's still down in London. His kids and his missus is down in London still.
Who's this?
Hutch,
right, yeah.
Apparently, if again, cynical old man, but there could be a bit of that having to travel back and forth each time.
I just think we've cut our losses, right? Because nothing's really come out as to why yet. There's not been any articles on it really, but as to why there's not been. The way I look at this, Saido Berahino playing for the contract at the end of the season. Maybe Moore's not seen enough of him. Maybe Berahino's actually like, I don't want to be an impact sub because that's what he's been played as a lot of the fixture. There's probably a couple of things in there. Che Dunkley, injury. I've said this all along. He's always held himself well. He's always spoke well. He's always done the right things. Unfortunately, too injured, not had a chance to feature enough. When he has featured, obviously coming back off the injury, it's taken him time to get up to speed, and he's looked a bit, shaky at times. That is not his fault. It's injury's fault. I think it's probably best for us to look for somebody a bit more who can be a bit more consistent for us in terms of injuries. That's just a Wednesday curse in general there. But I think it's probably best for Shea to find another club. I could have seen him get another deal. That could have been the thing. But injury-wise, we really need to move away from that now. So that one's understandable. Sam Hutchinson, there is the argument that he's played more for us and his discipline's been a lot better. If you are looking forward now, Sam Hutchinson is what, 33? Am I aging him there?
I think you're right. Let me check. I believe you're right with that.
I love Sam Hutchinson. Everybody loves Sam Hutchinson in the fan base, but I did say this towards the end of the season. He is perhaps immune to a little bit of the criticism that other players would receive because he's 32. Sam Hutchinson and he's 32, okay.
But we'll be 33 in that season.
Okay.
Going into.
Because we all appreciate Sam Hutchinson a lot, he's a lot of our, we love the way he speaks about the club and he's spent a lot of time here. We perhaps let that hold us back in the fact that we could probably retain him as a squad player, that's where my argument maybe is, because because it would be a squad player, but would he always want to be starting? Would his wage be a little bit higher than the others? Because even though it's probably lower because he came back to us, would it still be a little bit too high for us to consider him a squad player, and we can't offer him that sort of money? Is that there? I know Sam would like to finish his career with it's been spoken of before, but you also don't insult the man with an offer of squad if you can't see it there. I don't want to pin things on one moment, but there's like the Sunderland mistake and things like that. If you're looking forward, we need to get really now. If Darren Moore's here to stay, he needs to get his own back line, and he needs to, because then all the responsibility is on him for the defense, right? If he can build his own back line, we can't defend set pieces. That mentality starts to creep in. Then we know it's Darren Moore, right? But if he has been able to craft that back line himself and have some time to work on it, I can see why you release the likes of Shea Dunkley and Sam Hutchinson personally.
And the thing is, I think the final picture of Sam going off in that last game against Sunderland with his head bandaged up just shows you how much he put on a line for us, and I think that's a fitting photograph for him going in. We won't know the ins and outs, but you look, having Marvin Johnson get an extra year's a really great bit of business by Wednesday. He's really improved and been a great player. The one that people I kept on saying, whereas apparently Patterson had another year on his contract.
Yeah, we talked about that a while ago anyway.
We did speak about that, but I think you'll probably get Hunt sign, Luongo, not sure, Lang, not sure, Wildsmith, possibly.
I think Hunt will do another year. Luongo is the one that actually by the way, I'm really happy we've retained Marvin Johnson. Quality, that's a great bit of business. We're obviously going to trigger that, maybe talk to see how he gets on over the course of the next season. Marvin Johnson's been excellent after this second half of the season.
Superb.
Excellent. Massimo Luongo is obviously a risk for us injury-wise. But if you're a stats-based person, and I'm not really a stats-based person, you got to look at the way the things affect the squad plays in general. But stats do count for a lot of people. Our stats are so much better with Massimo Luongo in the side in terms of victories and consistency. When he has been in the side, we do well. I have said in the past, he went missing in the playoffs for me. A lot of some people disagree with that. I thought that but a lot of our team did, but Luongo, especially for me, wasn't the normal Luongo we see that in that match. If we can keep him fit, that is a quality bit of business, and I can see it being another year. But does he want to move on? That's the thing. There's been talks with Massimo Luongo previously.
Yeah.
About
I'm a championship player.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So now it's a point of if he does sign another deal with us, for me, that's him repaying the faith in Wednesday for paying his wages while he's been injured a lot, and giving us another go and helping us get it up this season. It would, because we have offered it, it would be slightly disrespectful for him to turn it down now because of the loyalty we've shown to him.
If you actually look at what we've been doing, if you look at rumours and speculation, we are looking for players in that position just in case.
Yeah, but also we probably do need a bit more there because there might be players that fees come in for, and if fees come in for players, then we do end up losing those players. So Nathaniel Mendez-Lang, one that I said I would retain personally. There is championship interested in Nathaniel Mendez-Lang if it's on a free. So does he really enjoy the dressing room? Does he enjoy working under Darren Moore? That could be a big part of it. But see that sort of player there. We just need to make sure we've got a solid defence behind him, because if he's not going to track back, we need to make sure that the person behind him is staying back.
I think the thing with Lang, the interesting one, is that when he was doing his, is he going to come to Wednesday or not, there was Wigan who were after him. With Wigan now going up, could they kind of have the interest, or could they go, right, we've got a bit more money now, we might not need a Lang as such?
Yeah, be interesting to see. Joe Wildsmith, again, this is the shock for me. Unless there's been some talk there about him battling it out with Cam. I'm really excited to see if Cam comes back in with a world full of confidence and can kick on.
I think
that's one of the biggest things for me this season in terms of what can happen with him, really. And obviously Joe's part of that dressing room. There still needs to be a keeper situation going on here. We're going to have to see how that develops, because
it's either going to be he's going to run it with it during pre-season if he still don't think it's right, make a decision, or he got someone in mind to do right. It between the three of you, who's going to get it?
Yeah, I can see it being that way as well. But yeah, a few shocks on the retain list this time, but not bad. Not bad thinking from Wednesday, really. We need a pacey striker. It's been obvious for quite a while.
With the whole situation of with Windass being a possible move to Argentina that I've seen, because his old range of managers there, it's been talked about. I think the Star did an article on it. I can't see it, but stranger things have happened. But if you do lose, say, a Windass, where's the pace in your team?